is dominating the reality space, and with good reason. If you like yachting, Captain Sandy's here from Below Deck Mediterranean. Sandy, Yawn, really nice to meet you this morning. And I asked you the question you said everybody asked you, where should we cruise? And I loved your answers.
My answers are, if you want sexy, France. If you want romantic, Italy. And if you want the fiesta, Spain.
Okay.
See, I like the fact that there's a difference between sexy and romantic. Yeah. I think that's so interesting. Is it a huge responsibility or what, just the actual job?
It's a huge responsibility. You report to the owner, which is the 1%. You're running a €100 million boat, and you have 24 souls on board.
Yeah.
That's not an easy task.
Well, I'm looking at all these images, Captain. When you're on the boat, do you just pinch yourself and go, I can't believe this is what I'm doing for a living?
I have those moments where I drive out and I think, if they only knew my past, would they allow me to drive this?
Really?
And then when you see the Milky Way and you're in the middle of the ocean, and I'm thinking, I'm in charge. This is really cool.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we all are capable drivers of our cars. How big a different deal is it to pilot a big yacht like
It's a pretty big deal.
Okay.
So it's a skill set you can learn. So you learn the wind, the current, and it's like, I like to describe it like this. If you're swimming and you feel a current, you swim harder to the right or you swim harder to the left. It's the same thing. You give a little more throttle on the starboard engine or the port engine.
And are the boats now so incredibly sophisticated? Because you'll hear commercial pilots say that to a large degree the planes kind of fly themselves.
Yes, they are. However, they do fail. Your bow thruster will fail, and that's what keeps the bow from going port to starboard. And when that happens, you need to know how to drive a boat. You need to know, what's my contingency plan? Drop the anchor. Where am I going to rescue myself without crashing the boat?
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about all these nutty crew members?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a certain type of person that works as a crew member on these boats?
Yes. I always said if they took a psychological test of all of us, we'd be in our own separate container and put to sea. Because, we live together, we work together, we fight, we make up. And I just try to remember where I came from. And I look at these young crew and I think, wow, they just need someone to believe in them and change their trajectory.
How rare is it that there's a female yacht captain?
It's rare, but there are a few. I have a friend, Vicky, who ran Paul Allen's boat, Deuce, for years. And another friend, Sally, that runs a big Fed ship. So there are a few of us.
Could you run a cruise ship, or you probably prefer doing this?
Yes,
period?
my license, I could run a cruise ship, but they're like the milk run. Whereas yachts, we get to pull into Portofino.
Yeah.
Right.
We anchor off Positano. We pull into Saint-Tropez, Ibiza,
Are these
Barcelona.
rich people very different than us?
I'm sorry?
Are the rich people different
Super
than us?
rich people who hire you?
The super rich are very kind.
Really?
Most of them. Every person I've ever worked for, amazing human beings.
And is there something about them like, oh, I can see why they're so successful, or I can...
Yes, I ask everyone, how did you get here?
Right.
I tried, I failed, I tried, I failed, and then something caught. And I remember this one story. He invested in a deteriorating bottling company, and his wife at the time was his fiance, said, I'm concerned that I have more money in my savings account than you do your corporate account.
Right.
And he founded First Republic Bank.
Oh.
Wow. Well, there you go.
So there. There you
Bottling
have it.
company,
Yes.
bye-bye.
Let me show you a little bit of Below Deck Mediterranean. Look at this.
What's going on?
Watch your hands, mate. Watch your hands.
That is so dangerous.
It's just so hard.
You and Hannah have a relationship.
That does not come into it.
No, it's not, and I'm sorry.
You do have a f***ing attitude problem.
You put this boat at risk?
Get the out of my galley. Jesus, I will knock you.
Come on, Nate.
I knew that. Did anyone see this?
What the?
I want to fire Hannah.
No.
I want to fire her.
Shouldn't we all be in a better mood?
Wow.
Gosh.
Hey, gosh.
Obviously, those videos
the
of
dramatic
the
moment.
moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to say this, because in the real charter world, we have more experienced crew. These crew are casted, and it's great because it reaches all these Americans and says, hey, by the way, there's an industry here where you can actually get a job that's, you serve the 1%, which is wonderful. We're in the service business. I think a lot of crew forget that, and they think they're part of the
Right.
you know,
Right.
circle. and
Yeah, yeah.
They're not there to be on vacation with you. They're there to be served by you.
There it is. Below Deck Mediterranean airs Tuesday nights at 9 on Bravo. Very nice to meet you this morning,
You too.
Captain.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you.